Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato random nightmare mode run, where we take a random character, random weapon, on a random map, and try to beat nightmare mode with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we have today. We have the baby, which I've already beaten on that map, so we're going to re-roll, and we have the Speedy. Speedy is a pretty challenging character on nightmare mode. Negative armor is actually pretty bad, and the extra move speed is, of course, pretty bad. The extra move speed actually makes things a little more dangerous when you're playing on full projectile mode, at least, because you just run into a lot of attacks. But let's roll and see what weapon we have. And we have Shuriken. I'm going to re-roll that because I've already done a Speedy run with Shurikens, I think. And we have Jousting Lance. Now, Jousting Lance I actually don't think is the best weapon for the Speedy. It's certainly not bad, and it seems like it would be amazing. But I think it's less amazing than it seems, because what this character mostly needs is attack speed, and what this weapon mostly needs is attack speed, so just getting enough can be hard. That said, of course, it does really good damage, which helps out a lot. But let's roll here, and I'm just going to take 5% attack speed. So important to get that. We'll lock a coffee. Amazing to get that offered this early with this character and this weapon. I'm going to ban Bat. We just won't be attacking often enough for the lifesteal to mean anything early on. Baby Gecko is pretty good on the Speedy with a long-range weapon like Jousting Lance. And then we'll keep rolling, and we'll lock another Jousting Lance. I'm going to save my money because I want to be able to buy that and at least one more next wave. So I could buy the tree, but we need to make sure that we're getting our weapon set online. Trying to play this wave with only 2 weapons is going to be tough, but trying to play next wave with only 3 weapons would be really tough. So we're going to try to avoid having that happen, if at all possible. Crate, very nice drop there, of course. And a coupon, a great item. I'm going to take more attack speed, buy a Jousting Lance, and roll. And we did manage to find a 4th weapon. Unfortunately, didn't manage to find a 5th. This being a medieval weapon, it can sometimes be hard to find a bunch of them, because medieval's a reasonably sized weapon tag. But mostly it's just pretty expensive, so it's just hard to buy a lot of lances. Now, they do give you a lot of value, because the damage is super high. So on most characters, it's fairly easy with Jousting Lance to invest heavily into economy, thanks to the base damage being really good, and it giving you some defensive stats. On the Speedy, I think that's a little harder because we so badly need extra attack speed. I'm going to roll here. I'm very happy to pick up 9 HP. Our HP was terrible. And then we'll buy these items and roll, lock a Jousting Lance. We'll ban Baby Elephant. Injection, do I want to lock that? I do want more damage. Lowering my max HP is a little rough. I think I'll leave it in the pool. And not ban it, but not lock it either. So I probably want to get about, like, plus 150 attack speed before I'm feeling comfortable. Because running around the map with low attack speed, it's hard not to just walk into enemies when you're moving this quickly. Get that, get the second curse alien kill, and turret I'm just going to ban. Here I'm going to re-roll. I am going to take 2 armor. I really need to get to positive armor on this character, so we're going to buy that, and then I'll take the Loot Worm. This can help me pick up a bunch of materials. We'll pick up Peaceful Bee as well, and then ban Small Fish. Yes, the Peaceful Bee costs me a melee damage, but that's only 50% damage scaling for Jousting Lance. That doesn't really matter. And with a medieval weapon, we're somewhat incentivized to build dodge, so buying Peaceful Bee, getting a little harvesting, and getting a head start on building dodge, all quite powerful. I don't actually need to buy that beanie. Now that I think of it, I sort of locked it on autopilot because we're a Jousting Lance build, so it scales off move speed, and we're the Speedy. But we have 30 move speed, so I don't need, like, a ton more. But I'll probably buy it anyways, just to scale my weapon damage. Each point of move speed is worth half a melee damage. So at full scaling, it'll be 0.75 damage per point of move speed, because we'll get half a melee damage, which will then scale at 50%, so that's 0.25 of a damage, and then 50% of our speed on a level 4 lance, so 0.75 total. I'm going to roll here, and I guess I'll just take 8% damage, and then here I'll take 6 dodge, and we'll buy a jousting lance, we'll buy the beanie, and we'll re-roll. Little frog. It does cost me dodge, but pickup radius is not bad for this character, so... And a little early harvesting never hurt anybody, so I think I will buy it. Goldfish I'm not going to bother locking, and I will re-roll, because I'm hoping to roll into a jousting lance for 7, while we still had guaranteed weapons in the pool. For 9, I don't think it's worth re-rolling, though. Alright, walked into an attack there. We're going to need really strong healing in this run as well. And currently I have no consumable heal and no regeneration at all. But because it's going to be pretty hard to avoid taking hits, healing's going to end up being very important to this character. And it will scale well with the dodge and armor that we're going to try to build with our medieval weapon tag and our starting items and everything. I'm going to take 10 luck here. That can give me some consumable healing, and we'll buy these items. We'll ban the toxic sludge. I'm just going to buy the mastery. We get to reroll for free. It's 3 damage on all of our weapons, so it's not great, but mastery is a very efficient item. So I think it is worth buying there. And then I'm going to roll for 6 to try to find another jousting lance. Missed, unfortunately. What we're hoping for most of all is pretty much just more coffees. I would love to be able to spend my level 10 level ups on level 10 and 15 level ups on dodge or armor, but I probably have to pick attack speed given the way the run is right now. Our attack speed is just too low to be able to clear these waves without putting myself in danger, and we need to fix that. I will say that Jousting Lance is one of the items, one of the weapons in the game that scales best with player skill. So if you are better at the movement than I am, you may find Jousting Lance to be easier. So do I need to roll for attack speed here? I'm being offered 3 armor or 9 dodge. I think because we have these right away, if I had seen attack speed first, I'd have just taken it. But because we have those just available and we don't have to roll for it or anything, I think I'm just going to take them. I'll buy the candy bag. We care about a lot of different stats, so candy bag can be pretty good here. Reinforced steel is a cursed item. It costs me 2 movement speed, but you should usually just buy every cursed item that you see, even if it gives you completely irrelevant stats like that, because it makes more cursed enemies and more cursed items appear. And if you're building curse, then you want to build as much curse as you can. To try to actually make use of the mechanic. Oh, nice. We got a dodge there. That was very important. Wouldn't have had to dodge if I'd had more attack speed, but we did get that 10% dodge, which mattered a lot. I also can't really stop moving, of course, because we're the Speedy, so we lose 100 armor and start taking double damage whenever we stop moving. I'll run through there and grab that consumable, trying to get the Curse Alien kills, and I got both of them at the end, so that was great. Lure, awesome, we're very happy with that. We'll take 9 dodge. I will buy the candy bag, reinforced steel, and lock a jousting lance and roll. Fruit basket I will take as well. Okay, we got an armor, and we did not get an instant elite spawn, which is kind of nice. I need to be pretty careful about the eggs and the vampire squids, the enhanced vampire squids. Oh, we got an early second loot alien, so that means I think it's very likely that we're going to see a third loot alien in this wave, which is great. I want to kill the Hatcher. It's kind of being protected by a big gang of other enemies right now, but I need to not let too many of those spawn or stay alive, or we're going to be being chased down by slashers. This wave, what gets you is getting cornered by enemies, and then a million vampire squid attacks hit you at once. And so you need to avoid letting that happen. Almost walked into that projectile, which wouldn't have killed me, but would have put me very low. But I avoided it. We're going to recycle the cog here. Losing an armor, pretty painful, but when we have 20 dodge already, the gambling token's pretty nice. I'm going to re-roll here, and then I actually think we take the 9 dodge over the 3 armor. Both incredible finds, but once we're up to 40 dodge becomes pretty important. I'm going to roll here, and we have 3% critical chance. I only have 10 luck. I could buy the Shady Potion and the Pearl for 3% damage. Still not amazing, but I do think it is worth doing that. I did think I had enough money to buy the Tentacle and the Landmines, but I guess I'll buy the Tentacle anyways, and then I'll roll. Or buy the Tentacle and then ban the Landmines, rather. And then I'm going to re-roll again. We'll take the Penguin. I'll pick up the Whetstone as well. It's very efficient healing, and Jousting Lance does hit a bunch of enemies at a time, so even though it attacks really slowly, you will still be able to get lifesteal off of most of the attacks that actually go out, since they have so many chances to trigger the lifesteal. One thing I would really love to do is cap my move speed. All of the effects that we care about, the extra melee damage from the Speedy, the base damage from the Jousting Lances, you still get over the speed cap. So if we get the item that caps move speed, the Shackles, we're very happy to pick that up. Gonna have to dodge a bunch of walruses at the end of this wave, but this is where having high move speed is good, because we can just kind of corral them into one area. We'll definitely take the attack speed there. I'm going to roll, and then 9 more dodge. Amazing. I really hate losing 6% attack speed, but my max HP is so bad, I do think we have to take Stone Skin here. And then we'll take Bag. Defective Steroids, I still need to buy as well. Now, I'm not going to lock it. I will lock a Beanie, and for 15, I'll roll again. My weapons are not close to attacking faster than the Ball and Chain minimum. Now, I really want them to attack faster than the Ball and Chain minimum, but I do think that at present, we need to take Ball and Chain here. .75, definitely not a minimum attack speed that I'm comfortable with on this character, but it's such an efficient item and it currently has no downsides. I'm very worried about the upcoming elite fights, and there's just no guarantee that I get like 80% more attack speed in any reasonable length of time. We also could have double elites showing up because I have Candy Bag, so just have to buy the Ball and Chain for safety here. One thing we really have not been offered is more Lance level ups, unless I've just been rolling past them like an idiot. Always possible. Alright, I'm going to take 9 dodge here. I would love the armor as well, but we just want to get to dodge cap as quickly as we can. And then we'll buy these items. Ban the pumpkin for a free reroll. I'm not going to take gambling token. I think there are better ways to get to dodge cap now. And it's only 2 dodge. So while those are the 2 most valuable points of dodge, gambling token costing me an armor, I think, is too bad here. I will take a fruit basket. Alright, we got the hardest elite. especially for this character that just has to constantly move around it. Dodging its attack patterns can be really challenging. Now try to kill at least some of the eggs here before they hatch. And I'm not even going to try to kill the elite. It's so hard to kill elites as the Speedy with a slow attacking weapon because you can't stop moving next to it to focus damage on it, or you start taking double damage from all the enemies. So we're just going to avoid attacking the elite here, at least until I get way more damage output per attack. And while we had the DPS to kill it, it would have been much more unsafe. So we're just going to play this one safe. I'll take 2 armor here. Finally got a Jousting Lance upgrade. We can buy these items and then roll. I'll take the Claw Tree because crit chance is pretty valuable. I'm going to pass on the Bowler Hat. I'm going to re-roll here. Frozen Heart and Pile of Books are much more expensive ways to buy crit chance than the Claw Tree, and Frozen Heart, the damage scaling is pretty irrelevant, so I'm going to pass on both of those. I haven't really been paying attention to the candy bag, but I think we've gotten a couple points of armor, a couple points of move speed. We'll probably get 2 points of dodge off of it and hit dodge cap that way as well, so that's another reason not to buy the gambling token. Which I didn't think of at the time, but is important to keep in mind. Try to kill the Stargazer Tower before the mini-boss spawns. So right now I just need healing is what we're really looking for at this point. And there we go. Okay, medkit, amazing find. Just, 10 extra regen, incredible. Do I want... Yeah, we actually did get 2 points of dodge there. Do I want the move speed just for more damage output, or do I want the armor? I think I'm going to take the armor here. And leveling up my Jousting Lance, great. I'll take the Cursed Alien Magic. That will easily help us survive. Peaceful Bee gives me dodge over cap, but we're going to get that anyways from our candy bag. So I don't really need that. So I'm going to roll here, and then we'll go to the next wave. I saw a couple points of percent damage, and I think a point of speed there, but no armor. My damage output is a little better this wave, though, and we now have 60 dodge and much better armor and much better healing, so I think I'm feeling much safer to maybe try to kill the elite. If I take too many hits, which kind of happened there, I can just back off from it. Alright, we're not... it's halfway through the wave and we're not close, so I'm just going to back away from the elite. Getting it into the second stage, or waiting until it's in its second stage, is also nice, because the second stage is a lot easier to dodge when you're not trying to fight it. For this elite, if you're just running away from it and have good move speed, the second stage is basically free. Getting 60 dodge early, definitely very helpful here. We'll take 2 more armor, and then... Black Flag is a way to fix my economy, which is pretty nice. I think I will take that. We'll take the Claw Tree. Triangle of Power, I'm going to pass on. We're taking a lot of hits per wave. And then we'll lock the Jousting Lance and buy another one. I'm going to roll again here. Baby with a Beard I can pass on as well. Got an armor and an attack speed there. There's someone who's been cataloging the stat gain from Candy Bag in the comments, and I love that. I really appreciate that. So shout out to you. And if they have done that for this video, you will be able to find the Candy Bag stats below. Seeing those stats is so interesting, and it really puts into perspective just how good an item this is. And how quickly it gets you ahead of the curve. Even discounting the extra red items that you might get if elites do spawn and you can kill them. That's probably not going to be a thing for this build, since killing elites has not been our strong suit so far. I really wanted to kill that loot alien, but the map was just too chaotic, so it was pretty tough to do that. I will combine here. Whoa, game lagged a bit. In a reroll, and we will buy a Jousting Lance, buy a Broken Mouth going up to 80 HP. I don't really need the fresh meat, I don't need more lifesteal, so let's just go to the next wave. Couple points of move speed there. Some more damage for us. I don't care at all about buffing the Stargazers, because we can always just outrun them. So we're just going to kill the towers as they spawn, pretty much. The enhanced Stargazers, I still might not be fast enough to outpace, so I might need to be more careful about those guys. I do like that our loot worm gets to just be zipping around now, because as the Speedy, of course, we have a lot of move speed, and the loot worm's move speed scales off of yours, as do all pets. I doubled back there to make sure that I killed at least some of the curse aliens, and we're going to do that again, just making sure that we're killing stuff each wave. Bone dice, I guess I'll take it for 23. I think it'll be okay. I'm going to take the crit chance over the regen here. We have a tentacle, so crit chance is also kind of a healing item. Take the helmet. Glass cannon. I do need more damage, but I think I'm not going to decrease my armor. Vigilante ring does not have enough time to do anything, so let's re-roll that. With 60 dodge, tardigrade is a little more interesting, but I think I'd rather just buy the alien magic and then re-roll, and then we'll buy another tentacle. I need to be on the lookout for the loot aliens this wave. And I also want to kill at least some of the enhanced Stargazers before they reach their towers, because they're really fast. Okay, that was bad. I let a mini-boss, an enhanced mini-boss spawn. I'm going to kill this tower, try to get this loot alien kill as well. But I just need to back off a bit. Get that tower kill, run back here and get the red tower if we can. The red tower if we can. They just have so much health. So I've really been struggling to take out the towers before they hatch. I did a lot of attacks there against the loot alien, but it did survive because my damage per hit is so low right now. That loot alien got stuck in the tower. I don't know if you saw that, but it was behind the tower, and it seemed stuck, like it couldn't move. We'll take the Clockwork Wasp, we'll recycle the Reinforced Steel, we'll take the Life Steal, and then just more armor. Take the Tentacle and roll. I will buy a Jousting Lance, and I'll take the Adrenaline with, although we don't need the dodge anymore, the healing I think will actually be pretty good. I'm going to buy Small Magazine because any attack speed you get on this character is so important. Obviously not the statue. It doesn't work for the Speedy. With my damage being this terrible, I'm again going to ignore the elite. Kill the Stargazer towers. As a wise man once said, the Drooly men and their towers together make a potent combination that is difficult to defeat. Grabbing the consumable healing as we're running around. The elite, of course, can deal good damage to me, but mostly we're focusing on dodging and running, picking up heals, and still making okay income. The rat, I guess I'll take it for 25. Might get me like 1 or 2 more enemy kills, and then we'll buy some attack speed and we'll roll. Get the level 1 Jousting Lance finally, and go to wave 19 here. I do like that as the Speedy, which is normally a, damage first character, we've ended up just being a pure tank build, with not really enough damage to clear most waves, especially given that we have a lot of curse. We've also found very few cursed items. So a little unlucky there. One thing for the run is that I did buy the reinforced steel, which was intended to get us more cursed items. But since we didn't find a bunch of good cursed items, obviously that was just a downside. So given the way that the run worked out, that item wasn't great. Now, you can't say necessarily that means it was a bad pickup, because obviously you don't have the benefit of hindsight when you buy an item and you have to play off the odds. But it is also important to notice when you've made a decision that didn't work out so that you can decide whether you need to reevaluate whether that decision was correct given the information that you had. We did get a cursed alien magic, which was very good. And yeah, those are the only 2 cursed items that we found. I guess we just found a cursed bonk dog. I'm gonna go to wave 20 here. 2 armor there. That's pretty nice. Alright. Is there any chance I kill the bosses? There is not, given that I took a bunch of damage here. I'm just gonna run away. And we'll focus on trying to heal. Our med kit is constantly giving us more healing over the course of the wave as well. So, although things look a little grim at the beginning, our healing is getting consistently better. Clear the towers, very important to get those. Again, I don't really care that much about the stargazers. I just want to make sure that the towers are dead. So if those guys get buffed, no big deal. And we're trying to move around rapidly while minimizing the number of attacks we take. Impossible, of course, in this case, to dodge everything. But I'm placing myself where we can avoid the most dangerous attacks. And then I have to run back and forth there. How I lose this wave is if I let a bunch of enhanced mini-bosses spawn. So I'm trying to, again, clear the tower. Got 2 of those there. And there we go. That was wave 20. So a weird run for the Speedy. Not how this character normally plays out. But we ended up with 25 armor and 60 dodge. So we just ended up being super tanky. And with the med kit as well, giving me extra regeneration, we ended up with pretty solid healing. Let's look at our items. This was such a low economy run. Our early coupon only saved us 255. And our loot worm 138 gave us 138. The candy bag gave us 96 stats, which is why, even though this was a low economy run, we ended up with a really good stat line. Because candy bag soloed, just giving us really, really high stats, which is nice. We had 140 healing from the tentacles. We ended up with 20 crit chance. We had 165 from the bag, so not great. 127 healing from Cute Monkey, which of course is excellent. Black Flag gave me 500 materials, so still worth buying. At the end, plus the extra enemy spawns gave us more money as well. It still gives you more money to have extra enemies on the field, even if you're not clearing the whole wave, because you're just going to have more enemies that you can kill spawning and kill all of those. Bone Dice, 3 damage gained, 3 health lost. Ouch. What a messed up roll on the Bone Dice. That's funny. And then Adrenaline, 99 healing on Adrenaline. You rarely see numbers like that, but we were tanking a lot of damage. 11k on the Rat, and nothing else really worth mentioning. All right, well, that's the Speedy on the Abyss. Now, I believe I had beaten it on Crash Zone already, so... No, okay, I had not. Otherwise, we would be seeing the red border here. So I do have to play the Speedy again on Crash Zone to get the red border, but there we go. That is the the Speedy, another random challenge in the books. Thanks for watching, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.